necklace, and long-lasting Gain scent beads. Part of the irresistible scent collection from Gain.
Oh, we love our new home. Neighborhood's great.
Amazing school district. The HOA has been very involved.
These shrubs aren't board approved. You need to break down your cardboard.
Thank you.
Violation. Violation.
I see you've met Cynthia.
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
And does help us save a bunch of money.
2 inches over regulation.
Thanks, Cynthia.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Wherever you go, when we're all free to roam, Midas can help get you there. Through July 4th, celebrate your freedom with our 1776 oil change that includes a tire rotation. When you are ready, your car should be too. Midas.
When summer gives you more backyard time, DQ gives you the Summer Blizzard menu with more new flavors than ever, like new Oreo cheesecake and frosted animal cookie, because more is just more fun. Look for drive-thru and takeout options at your DQ.
Calling all grassmasters, fescue fanatics, and stewards of St. Augustine to the springtime sprawlers and cultivators of the cul-de-sac. Run with us on a John Deere mower, because this is more than just grass. It's home. Search John Deere mowers for more.
Reliability is everything. So if your network's down, you're down. Verizon knows your customers need to reach you seamlessly. Your team needs to work from different places, across many devices. Plus, you want the security trusted by some of the largest companies in the world. And that's why you trust us, the most reliable network in America.
Thursday, the stars of Fuller House. Watch Fuller House.
I'm trying not to be.
And so does Lindsay Lohan. All new Celebrity Watch Party. Thursday on Fox.
I've got to get a couple of these in before the race is over. Can you give me a little show me the money, Clint?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, $100,000. I said it earlier. You see these? They're kids. They're kids going to be out here competing for $100,000. I'm telling you, we need a new show. We need to follow them and see
Jerry
how they're going to blow it.
You for that one.
We need to try to get them right back into the economy as fast as we can. See what these kids are going to blow it on.
And with that, we got to pay some bills. Our Ford Performance Track Facts first Xfinity race at Atlanta, March of '92. Who won it? Fox's own Jeff Gordon.
With a mustache, I believe, right? Baby Ruth mustache.
His first career win, and he swept Charlotte the next year. A couple of things to pay off here. Anthony Alfredo made an early pit stop. He's a lap down. Their throttle is sticking on that 21 RCR car. We told you Colby Howard came down, didn't take tires. He didn't make a pit stop because when he got there, his teammate Jeffrey Earnhardt was in his pit stall, and another one of those JD Motorsports cars got the free pass. The 6 of B.J. McLeod up front for the restart. Austin Cindric, Ross Chastain. Here we go in stage 2.
Good restart right there for Chastain on the outside. It's extremely difficult. And I'll tell you what else happened right there. The 9 got to him, spun his tire. As soon as he hit, you got to be careful when you're pushing right there. It can be a help, but if you hit them too hard, it'll bust their tires loose and stack the whole lineup.
Adjustment for Gregson, maybe. That 9 looks like he's ready to get after it on this restart.
Feel goods, man. 4 fresh feel goods. Everybody's feeling good right now. Got them adjustment, handful of confidence. They know what to expect now. Well, you can't. It's hard to explain to somebody at home what it feels like to go sailing a race car off in there. Oh, by the way, 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 wide on a start of a race that you haven't even been on the racetrack.
Allgaier in the middle of 3 wide behind him, Jamie.
Yeah, and Justin's car is good. It did not take off on that restart like he wanted to. But I'm going to tell you, we got to watch Justin Allgaier on the restarts. I've been watching him last year, all the races this year. When he's in the outside lane, he always makes it 3 wide. If I'm going to restart in front of him, I'm going to protect that. And I saw Noah Gragson did it a little bit, but it was just too far around the outside for him. And he lost a little track position on the first lap, but he's getting it back now.
If I'm Noah after last week, I don't know if I'd be blocking him.
That's a good, if I'm anyone but Noah, I'm blocking him.
Mental note made.
7's coming on the outside. Yeah, better let him go on this one.
I'll tell you the one thing I have noticed is that Daniel Hemrick getting a big run right here on Riley Herbst. He has kind of committed to that top lane of 1 and 2. He's running the bottom of 3 and 4, but he's making the upper groove work, and we haven't seen that be as good the last few years.
Here's the restart we were talking about, Jamie.
Yeah, if you watch Justin, you can't get to the outside till you get to the start-finish line. But he's going to push Noah a little bit, and as soon as he he tries to get to his outside right here.
Jamie, what we were trying to show is the push on the outside, and he got loose. As soon as watch it, that 9 hits him right here, gets it loose and really stacks the outside lineup. I thought Chastain had a pretty good jump on him, but as soon as that 9 hit him, it really stacked the outside up and put the 7 right there on the outside.
Yeah.
What else I see is that 22 stinking our show up. What are we going to do about this, guys? He's getting way smaller.
I'm telling you, the only thing that Austin Cindric is thinking about right now is, God, I hope they don't throw a caution in that 3rd stage, and I need those tires. I'm telling you, he thought about it as soon as Clint asked him, and it's in his mind, right? He's thinking about his car, but he's also thinking, man, don't put ourselves in a bad box right here, because he has the best car today.
He's a smart kid, really intelligent, understands the big picture, right? 3rd generation racer and all that. Do most drivers understand what you're up against in that regard, the strategy, or do you just go out and race and worry about what's going on behind the wheel?
I think it's a little bit easier probably with this Xfinity series, which it should be, right? This is a stepping stone. This is to prepare a lot of things on a lot of aspects. Crew chiefs, drivers, engineers, everybody, all aspects, hopefully for the Cup Series someday. A little bit easier to understand and manage those, with just a handful of tires and sets to have to keep track of. History behind this track, things like that. Those are all things, yes, in your pregame, right? When you're working with your team, those are all things that you should, be in communication with.
Something that we talked about at break, guys, is that his crew chief is basing that on history, and they have a lot of data points to go off of, and it's really hard to live by that. But we have seen throughout the years that typically it's right. And so they made a plan and they stuck to it. And if it works out, I hope it works out for them. If it doesn't, they still stuck to their plan. I don't think you can fault him for that.
I just go back to the driver's side of it. I remember one year at Martinsville, Harvick was running the truck race, and I heard him on the radio. Why did everybody pit there? Because they only got 1 set of tires left, and he understood the 10,000-foot view of the race, even though he was out there racing at a place like Martinsville, and then it kind of caught me off guard.
20 years of experience helps that.
Yes, a lot of movement in the top 10 right now, but it's all behind Austin Cindric, who's leading. He's led over 40 laps so far today.
Tomorrow, it can only be better with Wendy's breakfast. A tomorrow that says bacon, not bacant. Where fresh eggs reign like opportunity. Goodness is spread. And the Frosty is chinoed. Tomorrow brings more. Like buy any of these and get another for just $1 kind of more. No matter what, tomorrow's looking good. Tomorrow also available today.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like James lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh, my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds.
Oh.
For those also with known heart disease, Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke, or death.
It lowers the risk. Oh.
Ozempic is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
Ask your healthcare provider today about once weekly Ozempic. We remain committed to keeping Ozempic available and affordable during these challenging times. With the Ozempic Savings Card, you may be eligible to pay as little as $25 for a 1-month or 3-month prescription.
There's nothing like the string of strikes. 1 goes into 2 to 3 to 4. Sweep them! Perfect! The stakes are higher, and the emotions run deeper. Where will you be when history strikes?
The PBA Strike Derby, tonight at 7 Eastern on Fox. Tomorrow on Fox, NASCAR is live from Atlanta. Here we go! As the biggest stars hit the toughest track in Cup racing.
Oh my goodness!
The Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
I don't even know if I can get it. I don't know. I haven't really talked about that. Hopefully, I need to go back and look at the contract.
First thing I thought about is how much taxes that would be.
There's a lot. Obviously, quarantine has had us wanting to do everything to our house that we can possibly do. I mean, it would be nice to definitely have the money. We would definitely do some things to our house to improve there.
In fact, hopefully, I get 100% of the extra earnings, but I don't know. I don't know what I would do.
I would definitely have to give a big portion of it to my race team. Those guys are the guys that make me look good every weekend.
My wife really wants a pool, so if I could somehow win the 100,000, that would be what it goes to. I don't know. I'd put a lot of it into savings. Yeah.
I just like that a couple of those kids understand taxes and savings, but I like you, Jamie. I'm not buying it.
No. So Burton's kid. That is Jeff Burton's kid.
Absolutely.
I wonder what the taxes are on that.
Half. That's what you should tell
The
me.
other kid's like, we'll worry about that later.
Leading the race for the Dash for Cash right now. In third overall in the race, Chase Briscoe. And you can see all those drivers highlighted in red in our scoring pylon. Briscoe behind Austin Cindric and Ross Chastain. What about the 22 out front, Jamie?
Well, you know, they pitted, so they've used up 2 sets of tires already. So I just asked Brian Wilson, the crew chief, and I wrote it on a piece of paper and said, are you concerned about tires? And he nodded his head and smiled and said, yes, I am concerned. So keep your eye on the 22 as this winds down.
Here's another thought.
Poor Brian. He's going to age like 5 years in the next 100 laps.
This is a 600 miles right going on right now. You know, he's just like, come on, baby. Do not have a caution.
Hey, the other part of this is we talked earlier about the fact that Penske hasn't won here in so many runner-up finishes. He's been on the pit box for some of those second-place runs, so he understands heartbreak at Atlanta.
Well, hope it works out for him. If not, you're going to have to put that one down and
with a little asterisk next to it.
Yeah.
Good car.
We will definitely be a good car.
How about the dinger?
That's so funny you say that. I was just thinking all the sports car races I've watched, and Lee Diffie, who I love, he would always be like, the dinger to the lead.
I can't do that.
I know. We tried to get Clint to be Jerry Maguire a second ago, and he wouldn't say it.
Yeah, that was a swing and a miss on your part, Clint.
Man, Allmendinger is loose right there.
What about that 18 car right now, Jamie? He's 8th overall.
Yeah, Adam, we've got a lot of drivers yelling today about being loose, talking about Riley Herbst. So earlier today, he watched the truck race to get an idea of what the cars were going to do with rubber laid down. Well, he started this race. He was out of control, did not like it. So on that first stop, they took a big swing at it to tighten him up, and it's more in control at this point.
You can see right there what we were talking about earlier where those cars, that guy's just way up there. Noah's looking down on the inside. Can't see him, and then all of a sudden he comes there. But what he can see now is this 7 coming. Noah's in trouble. He needs some adjustments here. Not liking what they did to the car at all.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Noah is not making friends with his teammates. I watched Daniel Hemrick pass him there, and then Noah packed a bunch of air on him, in the middle of 3 and 4. But, Clint, as I watched the 7 car, not good on the restart, but he is good on the long run. And in this next stage, that's going to be really important if we don't have a caution. Being good on the long run, in my opinion, is always better at Atlanta.
Allgaier working the high lane now, Jamie.
Yeah, and he's been saying how loose he is throughout this race, Adam. And after that first stop, they went out of the box, and he said, I don't know what just happened, but this car just fell on its face. I had it revved all the way up. You see, he's still loose. And then on top of that, his crew chief, Jason Burdett, said, hey, we didn't get that adjustment we wanted.
Gregson continues his slide as A.J. Allmendinger gets another spot from 30th to 5th before the end of stage 2. And when you look at Colleague overall, you got Chastain second, the Dinger now inside the top 5, and Justin Haley coming back from that penalty on those pit stops. He's 13th. So those Chevrolets from Team Colleague having a good afternoon in Atlanta. 14 laps remaining in our second stage. It's been the Austin Cindric show so far from Atlanta.
The new house is amazing. So much character.
Original crown molding, walk-in closets.
We do have a rat problem. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
It does help us save.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Now every hybrid vehicle in Toyota's lineup is available with 0% financing. With fewer stops for gas, Toyota hybrids give you the confidence to go farther. And with 0% financing, Toyota hybrids are even more thrilling. Enjoy more freedom in a Toyota hybrid. See your Toyota dealer or shop and buy online.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Steak medium rare. Oh, hell yeah.
I-O-N. Submission.
There it is! You can't see me! She's out, Doc.
And it is boss time.
Woo!
What is that smell?
This smell what the Rock is cooking! We got a new champion!
I am the future, and I am now.
How about winning Daytona?
I am a face you may not know, with a number you may not know.
Ross Chastain back on Algar.
But you will. Trust me, you will. I am going to make sure my name will be the one you'll remember forever. I am the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I am NASCAR.
Tomorrow.
Here we go.
Cup Racing is live from Atlanta. The Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox.
Side-by-side breaks are a great thing. While we were away, you saw the third caution of the day come out at Atlanta, courtesy of the rookie, Riley Herbst. Here's what happened.
Man, at first glance, I thought the 9 would be the one spinning out. Just got too far out from underneath of him. Again, you're walking that thing around the corner on the throttle, driving the thing with the throttle with the grip, and there it come out from underneath of him. Got in the wall a little bit in contact.
Atlanta is a tough place, especially if you've never been there before. That's the case for Riley. Austin Cindric leading. Everybody stayed out under caution.
With moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, your plans can change in minutes. Your head wants to do one thing, but your gut says, not today. If your current treatment isn't working, ask your doctor about Entyvio. Entyvio acts specifically in the GI tract to prevent an excess of white blood cells from entering and causing damaging inflammation. Entyvio has helped many patients achieve long-term relief and remission. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Entyvio may increase risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, serious, potentially fatal brain infection caused by a virus, may be possible. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, experience frequent infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Liver problems can occur with Entyvio. Ask your doctor about the only GI-focused biologic just for ulcerative colitis and Crohn's. Entivio, relief and remission within reach.
They are the heroes, the helpers, working on the front lines. And here's one small way that you can help them in return. Complete your 2020 census today. 2020 census data helps communities plan funding for hospitals, clinics, and emergency services across the country. An accurate count helps public health officials know who is at risk, and first responders identify the resources they need to protect our communities. Complete your census at 2020census.gov and help shape our future.
Closing on the end of Stage 2 for the Xfinity Series at Atlanta. And if you thought Jamie just showed up on race day, you're wrong. During the week, he's in the animation room, right?
Wrong. I'm giving full credit to Larry McReynolds right here. But I was on the email chain. Now look, if you look, this is where the grip is, where you see the red line, or the yellow line turning red. That's where you want to go. That's the Harvick line that we're calling it. And if you see it wiggling back and forth, that's what we see those cars doing once they get hooked on that line. The thing about this track is that as we look at this picture, the banking isn't actually at the bottom of the paint. The paint covers part of the banking, and that's why it's so critical to get your left front on that paint, because that is where the extra grip is.
But I think it's hard, too. Look at the line. I can't figure out, was the asphalt guy back in 1950, was he overserved, or was it the paint guy overserved and was painted? Because it's not straight at all, and trust me, when you're trying to navigate around that in a race car and figure out where that is, because if you get on the apron, the thing's going to get loosened out from underneath of you, but you got to be right on the edge. And by the way, the line's crooked, Adam.
He was clearly with Clint at the lake.
Hey, there's going to be 7 laps to go on the stage when we go green. Free pass under this, our third caution of the day. Anthony Alfredo, 27 cars on the lead lap. Cindric on the front row with Chastain. Behind him, Briscoe and Hemrick. Row 3, Allmendinger and Allgaier. That's a mouthful.
We're going to see something different now. This 22 car is not going to just run off and hide, stink up our show anymore. Definitely a deficit here.
Everybody stayed out there with just a few laps left in the stage. That surprised you? No one came and played strategy?
Well, I mean, like, tires are just so important here. I think that Austin Cindric probably hoped that they all pitted there to get back on equal strategy, but they didn't. So, you know, we're just going to have to let this play out and see how it works for the 22 team.
And it just keeps you there like like crew chief was hoping they did, right? But it'll be interesting to see what happens here. And I think, again, it evens some people out. Speaking of spreading out, 3 wide.
Yeah, Daniel Hemrick to the top right here.
Chase Briscoe finding that outside line. The momentum, you're going to have to go with the momentum. That's certainly on the outside, certainly on these older tires too.
Yeah, and the trick there is that you just got to get clean air. Even if you're up a lane and it's a little further around, that clean air on the nose makes such a big difference.
Look at Brandon Jones from the top to the bottom and back to the middle.
Ooh, that 9 car's loose again.
And not in a good spot to be loose either. Right in the middle, he's got his hands full and in a bad spot.
Burton outside of him. That's 3 wide coming back to the start-finish line. On board with Justin Haley, who's a player again after that penalty earlier on.
Well, Harrison Burton every week keeps his nose clean, just steady Eddie. Reminds me of his dad, right, Clint? I mean, just
it's almost like he watched his dad race.
It's so weird, almost like he watched him every weekend.
I tell you, I love it. You don't see this very often in a racetrack like this. The Xfinity Series and this lack of tires, it puts you in a situation where you see a restart on old tires.
Yeah, you don't see that.
Usually you see a restart, everybody's on the kind of the, a new set of tires, tons of grip, and everything's fine. These things slip and sliding around and all over the place is cool.
And the frustrating part is that some cars take off better on scuffs than others, right? So just because you're good on new tires doesn't guarantee you on the restart on scuffs you're going to be as good.
Yeah, but you have to do a good job of keeping them clean, keeping them, heated up, getting them up to snuff before you get going. That's such a big thing. Woo!
The Dinga on the bottom.
Did you see that big move the 7 had right there on the outside, though? It was almost like he kind of missed the bomb, slid up. Really did a tank swap. The old 9 car got the peace sign out the window.
He gave a courtesy wave right there, didn't he? That was great.
Does that mean anything at that point?
Depends on what he did.
Yeah, that's exactly
was
what I was
that an
thinking.
apology?
That
or
might
was
be
that
like, sorry about that.
Yeah, if he cut him off and put him in a bad spot, no, absolutely not.
The recipient knows if the delivery was sincere or not.
I've gotten to the point where I don't even do it anymore, Jamie. Like if you do that and kind of put somebody in a bad spot, I was like, that's cheap talk. Why even exercise it? Because as soon as he gets to you, he's going to
you can only like golly gee the guy so many times where it's like, I know Boyer.
Yeah.
Eddie Haskell's reputation preceded him eventually, right?
Right, exactly.
What about Chase Briscoe, guys? I think he's going to be the challenger here for Austin Cindric. Both of them from the Ford camp. And I heard Chase say earlier this week how much he liked this track. And let me tell you something. That's 75% of it. When you go to a track and you like going there, you feel good about it. That makes a huge difference.
But I think you're used to, as a dirt racer with Chase Briscoe, even my background, this is a track that really I haven't won at, but it's been a good track for me. It's been a solid racetrack, and I feel like that dirt racing mentality where, again, you drive it with the throttle. You don't drive it like a Kansas Speedway on a repave where you just got a handful of wheel and you feel the whole car. You really drive it with your hands in the steering wheel. Here, you're driving that thing as you heard him right
Did you hear him working the
pedaling
throttle
that
there?
baby.
Yeah.
Driving it with the throttle pedal.
He could see he had a run on Mike Lynette. He's wanted to give it more gas, but he just wasn't able to.
Haley, another dirt racer, and there's going to be one to go on the stage. Keep in mind, a lot of stage points on the line here.
Love listening to those cars slip and slide around.
You were talking about Briscoe saying how much he loves Atlanta. He told me his second favorite track, or maybe 1-2, is Miami and Atlanta. 2 races in South Florida next weekend, so he could really be in a position to gain some momentum. And his crew chief is Richard Boswell, who won this race with Kevin Harvick a couple of years ago.
Clint, guys, I just always feel like the dirt guys or the sprint car guys, they love the slick racetracks. Kyle Larson at Homestead, you think about how good he is there. Briscoe liking coming here. I just feel like it kind of plays into their hands.
It definitely does. I mean, it's a grip level. You're accustomed to having that thing hung out sideways, loose, driving a thing with the throttle. I can't say that enough. It's just a different way of doing it. You get on a repave or a track like that, you got to have a whole different set of mechanics.
Get out the broom. Austin Cindric wins stage 1 and stage 2, his first 2 stage victories of the year.
With Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh, it's not just a sandwich. Far from it. It's a chance to take a break. A reason to bond with your best buddy. Oh, hello there. An opportunity to go over the top. It's a moment to feel like a family. Or to have just to yourself. Finally. It's a taste of something good. A taste we all could use right now. So let's make the most of it. And let's make every sandwich count with Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh.
This is so incredible.
The future for all freedom-loving people.
Introducing Awesome at Home from Dan O'Brien Auto Group. Log on to any Dan O'Brien Auto Group website today, where you can choose from thousands of new and pre-owned vehicles. Get a bona fide offer for your trade and work your entire deal online, including financing. Then we'll deliver your dream car to your home or office the very same day. You'll save time and money while keeping it awesome at home. Dan O'Brien Auto Group.
Keeping it awesome.
Thank you for being awesome.
Introducing Awesome at Home from Dan O'Brien Auto Group. Log on to any Dan O'Brien Auto Group website today, where you can choose from thousands of new and pre-owned vehicles. Get a bona fide offer for your trade and work your entire deal online, including financing. Then we'll deliver your dream car to your home or office the very same day. You'll save time and money while keeping it awesome at home. Dan O'Brien Auto Group.
Keeping it awesome.
Thank you for being awesome.
Introducing Awesome at Home from Dan O'Brien Auto Group. Log on to any Dan O'Brien Auto Group website today, where you can choose from thousands of new and pre-owned vehicles. Get a bona fide offer for your trade and work your entire deal online, including financing. Then we'll deliver your dream car to your home or office the very same day. You'll save time and money while keeping it awesome at home. Dan O'Brien Auto Group.
Keeping it awesome.
Thank you for being awesome.
I am the one. The intersection of chaos, karma, love, legacy, family, and flag. Back with one thunderous return.
On this week's Friday Night SmackDown, Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles meet in a dream matchup in the finals of the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. You can also catch both Daniel and AJ as they will be the Grand Marshals of the Blue Emu Maximum Pain Relief 500 from Martinsville on Wednesday. It's on FS1 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, just 2 days before they meet for the championship. And Clint, what's this tweet all about?
Oh, I didn't.
It went out, man. You hit send.
Go ahead and get it back.
I will say you got a good picture of me, but Doofus were actually on Fox today, not FS1.
I was going to say the last judge. Typical me, right?
Hey,
I made it funny and screwed it up.
Last week we were teaching him vocabulary, and this week we're teaching him how to tweet.
Bail us out, Jamie.
Yes, pit stop's underway right now. The 22, we've been talking about putting another set of tires on there. They'll only have one set of stickers left. The car has been good. Hemrick in right now. You see the 22 on the left side. And further down on pit road, it's the 98 Chase Briscoe. He could get over that bump in turn 3. He can beat him. Car gets a little bit loose there, but they're fast.
And they were great on pit road earlier today, +4 for the 98 on that first cycle. And here, he is going to win the race off pit road. Behind him, Cindric, who drops 1 spot. Level is Chastain, Allgaier +4, and Allmendinger comes out 5th. And this is perfect for us because who are you going to talk to on the radio?
Chase Briscoe. We were going to him anyway. Look at this. Now he's in the lead. We got a leader. Got a winner on here. Hey, Chase Briscoe. It's Boyer, J-Mac over here in the studio. You got us?
Buddy.
How about that? Looking for a little clean air. The boys just got it in the pits. Keep marching forward a little bit closer and closer. You got, obviously, the second there, that last run. What do you got? What are you fighting for the car, and how are you going to keep this 22 behind you?
You know, your boys did a good job of getting me out front right there. That's definitely going to be a big key. You know, the 22's been really good, but he's at clean air a lot of the time. So hopefully that'll kind of fix our issue. I'm just so loose over the bump into 3. I just can't really make any time. I feel good everywhere else, but yeah, trying to get this highpoint.com car in victory lane, and obviously winning $100,000 in the Dash for Cash. It's a little different than the Dirt Track Dash for Cash, that's for sure.
Well, man, we were just talking about it on a break. We hope you get that swimming pool. Go for it. $100,000 goes a long way in a good old backyard, so good luck.
It'll definitely help for a good time, that's for sure.
You know what he's thinking right now? Pool, pond. Pond would probably be good for you. That's the Caddyshack quote for Clint. Chase Briscoe leading when we come back to Atlanta.
Daddy, what's that big moving house thing?
It's a motorhome, Junior. Modern invention.
Modern invention? We carried our homes with us since, like, forever.
Yeah, but humans have Geico to protect them. Something goes wrong, they're covered. What do we have?
What could go wrong? Ooh, a feather.
A feather? Duck, Junior!
That's no duck, Daddy. That's a vulture!
Geico for RVs. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Are you constantly looking for products that won't irritate your family's sensitive skin? I choose new Ivory Free and Clear detergent for my family. It's gentle and effective. It's a new laundry detergent designed for sensitive skin, from the brand families have trusted for over 140 years. It is free of all these ingredients which can all irritate your family's sensitive skin. It's also accepted by the National Eczema Association. Your family deserves a trusted choice. Pick up new Ivory laundry detergent at a Walmart near you. Also available in gentle aloe scent.
We've all got some miles to make up. Miles to the job site, the campsite, and anything else we set our sights on. Miles that take us back to the places we want to go and to the people who count on us. So let's roll up our sleeves because we've got miles to make up.
Wherever you go, when we're all free to roam, Midas can help get you there. Through July 4th, celebrate your freedom with our 1776 oil change that includes a tire rotation. When you're ready, your car should be too. Midas.
To all the social distancers, suddenly homeschoolers, and living room exercisers, we've got you covered. Right now, get Pizza Hut's best delivery deal. Large pizzas with up to 3 toppings for just $9.99. Choose contactless delivery or new curbside pickup at pizzahut.com.
Get the part you need from the comfort of your garage. Order online or via the Advanced Auto Parts mobile app. With Advanced Same Day. Get same-day pickup, same-day curbside, or same-day delivery. Advance how you order, how you get parts, how you keep moving. Advance your auto. Advance Auto Parts.
There's nothing like the string of strikes. 1 built into 2 to 3 to 4.
Sweep them! Perfect!
The stakes are higher, and the emotions run deeper.
Another strike!
10 pins down! Where will you be when history strikes?
The PBA Strike Derby, tonight at 7 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
NASCAR Xfinity Series racing is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. I would say that I'm jealous, but I got to tell you, I'm not.
You're so jealous.
I'm not. Look at that.
Wow. I like the bleach. By the way,
The bleach.
You look like you were a lot more fun back then because you were about 30 pounds heavier.
I was more fun back then. Right now, my wife's at home telling my 2 kids that
Now
he's
you've
making
landed
a fool
on
of himself on TV.
Like a Euro driver, like you ought to be driving a BMW in France or something with a glass of wine.
Since this is Dash for Cash, what's the over-under on money spent by Jamie on hair products over the years, Clint?
Oh, my God. You could buy one of those cars without
I'm so mad at Pam right now.
That made my day.
You did not need to give Clint Boyer any more ammunition.
Yeah, let's not go to that venue with me. It's like we get talked into some of those things too, right? Surely you didn't think that all those worked when you looked in the mirror and went, yes, this is going to be the winning pick.
Hey, we got to stop the hair talk because we're going green. Couple of things to pay off. Justin Haley penalized for speeding. He starts at the rear. Riley Herbst took the wave around because they were a lap down after that spin a while ago. Final stage underway. The Fords up front, Briscoe and Cindric.
Chase Briscoe took the inside. Obviously gets the run there, but again, I think this is a situation that kind of depends on the help. Austin Cindric, as strong as he was on all those restarts taking the outside, would you have tried to block him right there?
Well, I think Austin's going to make his move right here in 3 and 4. I think clearly Briscoe's going to try to run the bottom, and Austin's going to run up one lane, hoping to get some clean air on the nose.
Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah, just exactly what I said.
I think like 4 wide right there.
4 wide, look at that.
That's incredible. And one of them on the outside coming through, the 0-2, and that would be Brett Moffitt, who's coming off a career best a couple of weeks ago at Charlotte and ran the truck race earlier today. Great job for the 2018 champ in the Gander trucks.
Yeah, he's always a very aggressive driver in anything you ever put him in, and certainly watching him navigate this traffic on restarts, no surprise that he's willing and able and can handle it.
Gregson in the 9.
Whoa.
There's one. He is Harrison Burton.
Noah making a few more friends right here on the restart.
All 3 of those guys going for the Dash for Cash today.
Yeah, I don't know. Harrison was definitely, trying to hold him down there too.
That was being a little bit silly right there.
It's exactly what we're seeing. You see Chase Briscoe slipping, sliding around. Definitely hanging that rear end out. But for the first time in the whole race, you've seen the 22 struggle to make ground up and get around somebody.
What's going on with the 98 right now, Jamie?
Yeah, that 98 has really come to life. He's had good speed. They've just been trying to dial him in. And you guys were talking about him being a dirt racer earlier, Adam. I talked to Richard Boswell this morning, and he said this hasn't been a good track for Chase Briscoe, but it's typically 40 degrees colder. He likes the track hot and slick, kind of like his boss man, Tony Stewart. He came to life in the summer. He said this is when your talent really shows, and he expected to be good today.
Yeah, the numbers haven't been good for Briscoe. 2 starts here, both of them 15th-place finishes. But last year, he was running 5th and cut a tire late, so they were going to have a much better finish than what the final rundown indicated.
Yeah, and we knew, based on the fact that Kevin Harvick won in that car 2 years ago, how well Cole Custer ran last year in that car. We knew Chase Briscoe, based on his season, he was going to have a good day. Clint, I'm curious, do you talk much to Chase? I mean, does he... Surely to God he doesn't come to you for advice, does he?
You know, that's been one of the hardest things with, you know, the pandemic and everything that's going on and the break and everything else, is the communication is very limited. It isn't like you go to the shop and hang out with everybody and, you know, trip across Chase Briscoe, walk across the park line. Hey, man, how's it going? You know, what have you been fighting? What have you experienced on the racetrack? Obviously, watching these Xfinity races, calling them up here with you, you're starting to see firsthand. But no, to answer your question, even with my teammates, you know, Harvick and I have been teammates for so long, we kind of just naturally, you know, go to one another. I'll lean on him. You know, if I'm wondering something or I'm feeling something, or after a competition meeting, you know, we're starting to talk about something, man, we need a little bit of grip, or, you know, some turn here, there, aero balance things, all the things that it takes to find speed collectively, right, through the organization. You know, that's where the line of communication comes from. But make no mistake about it, your question I like, because of the fact that you definitely learn from these Xfinity cars being on the racetrack for us to put forth on Sunday.
Myatt Snyder, 93. Last week got a career best driving for RCR. Was top 10 at Charlotte driving that 21. And in the 93 for RSS, the second car for Sieg Racing, and knocking on the door of the top 10 again. I think he's really shown something early this year.
Yeah, and I mean, what a balance he's having to go through, because the RCR car is one of the best cars you can get in. And the 93 isn't, right? I mean, it's still a good car, and he's obviously, he's got his hands full right now. But that's hard to go back and forth from team to team. And we asked him, you know, earlier in the year, do you able to share any information? He's like, you know, not really. He's like, it's two separate teams, and he's done an incredible job in both of those cars.
You know, one of the things, we saw that thing get out of shape right there into the middle of the corner, and it was really wagging its tail on him. What happens there is you'll get the front end locked onto that track, so to speak, like we can talk about, and you don't get that left rear hooked. When you don't get the left rear hook, the front end wants to turn, hook on there, and then the rear end is not in it, and you get really, really loose. But it's almost like you can't get that front end unhooked off of it.
What do you have, Jamie?
You talked about Myatt Snyder. What a nice run. A nice top 5 last week. Right now, though, he said he thinks he got his tires too hot. He's trying to cool them off, but he's just overall just too tight in the center right now.
Maybe he could get some advice from his crew chief, because that is none other than 2000 Series champ Jeff Green, who calls the shots when he's not driving that car. Great story. Here's Gregson, 8th, trying to get around Jones for that 7th position, both Dash for Cash eligible. And one thing to point out in regard to the Dash for Cash, whoever wins the money today eligible next weekend at Miami, and the other top 3 finishers. So not only are we giving money away today, we're setting who's going to go for that $100,000 next Sunday. It'll be the 2nd race at Miami where we do the Dash for Cash, and Hemrick rolling right now.
Yeah, he's got the top of 1 and 2 working really well, Clint. He again goes back to the bottom of 3 and 4. But man, he really has been able to make some momentum on the top 1 and 2, and it's working for him because everybody's running the bottom, so he's able to get that clean air.
It's so weird to me when you think about Atlanta. You know, it's not uncommon to see cars moving around.
Now we got a spinner. And it's Josh Williams hanging on to it.
He drove it all the way around there.
And the caution is out. 5th one of the day.
You see the cow flaps really did their job in the hood there, but going to have to get them.
His tires are not cool.
No,
can be assured of that.
Not cool.
Running 22nd at the time, driving that 92 Chevrolet for Mario Gosling.
He got some help.
Got hooked.
Yeah, that's Joe Graff behind him in the 08.
Man, big tank swap right there. That'll scare you too. You know it's coming. You're thinking, oh, here he comes, here he comes. Boom!
Hate that for Josh Williams, who was coming off a top 10 finish at Bristol. His 2nd top 10 run of the season.
Tell you what, might not be good for the 22.
All right, yeah, 65 to go. Is it too early for those other guys to come and get a set of tires? We'll see how it plays out next. It's the Xfinity Series on Fox.
I thought I had my moderate to severe ulcerative colitis under control. Turns out, it was controlling me. Seemed like my symptoms were taking over our time together.
Thank think he'll make it?
So I talked to my doctor and learned Humira can help get and keep UC under control when other medications haven't worked well enough. And it helps people achieve control that lasts, so you can experience few or no symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections. Serious and sometimes fatal infections, including tuberculosis and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Be there for you and them. Ask your doctor about Humira. With Humira, control is possible.
If you can't afford your medicine, AbbVie may be able to help.
We design and engineer in America and assemble more vehicles here than anyone else. It's why, at a moment's notice, we can take American ingenuity and our manufacturing capability and put it to work. Building respirators, ventilators, and face shields. Building what we've been building for over a century. An unbreakable connection between the Ford Motor Company and America.
New Tide Power Pods one-up the cleaning power of liquid.
Can it one-up whatever they're doing?
For sure.
Seriously?
One-up the power of liquid, one-up the toughest stains. Any further questions? One-up the power of liquid with new Tide Power Pods.
Crack open summer with the taste of freedom. Budweiser's red, white, and blue camo cans. Available for a limited time only. In stores now.
Ultimate Tag introduces our biggest tagger yet. Can anyone escape the Viking?
This is one of the only times I wish I had a step stool.
The summer's #1 new show has everybody on edge.
She does not look happy. Oh my God!
Ultimate Tag, all new this Wednesday on Fox.
NASCAR Xfinity Series Racing is sponsored by Ford. Built Ford proud. Sometimes you ask questions that you feel like you should just know the answer to. Before the break, I said, will they pit? The answer is yes, they will, and here they are with 65 to go. Everybody getting 4 tires, and the big part of this is Austin Cindric pits with them, but he's now out of tires. Everybody else has 1 set left.
He's okay as long as there's not another caution. Where he's going to be in trouble is if we have another caution in 25 or 30 laps, because he doesn't have anything else left. If it goes green, Clint, and they're at a point now we think they can make it or they can save fuel, he's going to be okay. But another caution comes out, it's going to bite Austin.
But I can tell you, they just lost another spot on pit road right there. Came out 3rd. So
is that good though? Starting on the inside?
No, you want to start on the lead, and you control the restart where he was, right? Hey guys, a few laps ago I was in the lead for this thing, so certainly I've got some work to do on pit road with the 22 car.
Other strategy, Michael Lynette decided to stay out there last time he pitted, lap 83, and we know how busy NASCAR has been since our return. So many midweek races. We got more of it coming up this week. Tomorrow we're in Atlanta with the Cup cars. 3 o'clock Eastern time coverage actually begins at 2:30 on Fox with NASCAR Race Up. Then it's Jeff Gordon, Mike Joy calling the Quick Trip 500. Wednesday night short track racing again. I know you hate this, Clint, on FS1, 7 p.m. Eastern time. The Blue Emu Maximum Pain Relief 500 Race Up on the air.
Hey! Yeah!
I love that, Clint.
That's the picture I was looking for.
Those flowing curls.
What were you thinking?
I think
was that like Backstreet Boy days?
Yeah,
what was that?
My wife may have said, I think you should grow your hair out. Not to mention, it looked like I was 300 pounds right there.
Say, what'd you eat before you took that picture?
I was happy.
I thought that had to be pre-Laura, because I thought if she saw you like that, there is no way she married you.
Looking like that.
That's
what
so
an
good.
idiot.
Put that
Look
up.
at that. Embarrassing. Man, enough of the hair jokes, for crying out loud. We wear helmets for a living.
Hey, let me tell you, it was funny when it was on Jamie, okay? It's not funny anymore.
And now I know why you get that hat on real quick after the race.
Oh, man.
Let's go back to Jamie on pit road.
Well, Adam, we've been talking about the 7 and his issues with this different setup they brought. He wasn't happy. So 2 pit stops ago, right before he came in, he said, I don't know what I'm fighting. I just know the right rear's not working. So they came in, they threw a Hail Mary, as they said, adjustment at it. Then he got out on track and said, it's the best it's been all day. I just need more speed. This last time he pitted for 4 tires. So keep your eye on the 7. He's the happiest he's been.
And we'll be talking about his teammate, too. I said it. Michael Annett stays out taking the outside lane on those older tires.
Yeah, so I like what Travis Mack did here. Michael Annett's been running 12th most of the day. Not a factor to win this race. If these cautions fall right, and they did this once before at Auto Club, they could actually be sitting in a good position right now if the cautions fall right. He's going to get eaten up on the restart, though. Let's make that clear.
And a penalty for the 9 of Noah Gragson. He went through too many boxes on his entry, so he's lost a ton of track position, and that's huge because he would have restarted in the 7th position. Instead, he drops to the rear.
Such an easy thing to do. Jamie, I don't know if you can attest to this, but it's almost where you almost just get a little bit lax and don't realize it, or you get forced that way in something, and that computer doesn't know that. If you trip over that box, that's it.
Here goes Annett on the jump, and Allgaier starting to shoot one up the middle, almost like we're going to get 4 wide here into turn 1. We are.
Michael Annett
Look
knew
at
he
the
was
tires.
in trouble.
It's
He was trying to
unbelievable.
get out of the way.
Chastain making a move.
We know Ross Chastain will be aggressive on these restarts. We see it every weekend from him.
Whoa, jumped in. You saw that thing bottom out. That's that bump getting into 3. The thing bottomed out and really bounced up. He's got a mare full of Justin Allgaier right now. There's Brandon Jones on the bottom as well. I don't know. Allgaier was happy, but might need to find some more speed, like you said, too, with his comment.
How helpful if you're Briscoe or Cindric, depending where this settles out and who gets the top spot, that maybe is the leader you can start to conserve a little fuel here, because we know this is going to be close if they have a chance to make it, is Allgaier slides a little bit and Hemrick takes advantage.
The one thing about Atlanta is it's easy to save fuel here because lifting early is not a big penalty, right, Clint? I mean, it's one of those places that actually lifting early, you might run a better lap time and be able to save a little bit of fuel.
Great point. I can't tell you how many times here that all right, with fuel savings mode, back up a little bit. All right, back up. Hey, way more than that. You're going faster. I told you to save. You're like, man, I did. That was a football field right there. Well, you're a half second faster. You're like, okay.
Well, this isn't so bad.
These two have history. Noah Gragson and Myatt Snyder got together at Las Vegas earlier this year. 9 is rallying back, and he gave the hand wave as he went by. Watch Allgaier here.
Try to block Cindric in side draft and open the door big time for Ross Chastain.
Annett, by the way, has dropped back to 17th, so that tells you all you need to know about the importance of tires.
Kind of one of them things where you got your focus on that side. All right, it's coming from the right, and you forgot to look left.
You would have thought his spotter though would have said, "Hey, you need to block the inside also." Ross has a run. What about Hemrick, guys? Like, I know we talked to him earlier, but man, the last 3 weeks, 2-6, the 2nd place finish.
And now he's up to 3rd.
He's great again today. I mean, this is a guy, I think he said 5. Adam, you're the stats guy. 5 second place finishes?
6. That's the most ever in series history before you get your first win. And now our Xfinity fastest lap. Chase Briscoe the best there. And right on cue, Daniel Hemrick is 2nd. Briscoe's fast lap over 164 miles an hour.
I think Daniel, looking before the break, one of the only guys that I've ever reached out to, I got his phone number and I texted him. I said, hey, man, you got to breathe. I've been there. I understand your frustrations. It's so hard in this sport to get chewed up, to get consumed by the pressure, by, man, I've got to perform right now. Yes, he lost that cup ride, but he got in good equipment, and he can make a name for himself, will make a name for himself if he allows some time, be patient with this thing, utilize the opportunity that they've given him, and he has afforded himself, and he'll be fine. And that's exactly what you did, man. The break gave him a breather, went ahead and a kid, like he said, and is in a good place, and now all of a sudden the results are starting to show.
Well, he's top 4. He wants to qualify for the Dash for Cash next Sunday at Miami. He needs that college money, right? It's never too early to start saving for Wren. And on Saturday in the 8 for Junior Motorsports, the boss man, Dale Jr., making his lone start of the year down at the Homestead Miami Speedway. You can watch us next Saturday and Sunday. We got 4 races. Gander Trucks on Saturday, Cup on Sunday, and Xfinity both days. Jamie?
Well, Adam, we've been talking about how the 22 has used up all their brand new sticker tires. So here's an example of what they have left. These are the first set of tires that were on the car. 18 laps on them. The pit crew, they glued up the lug nuts. So this set will go on if they need it again, which they probably will at this rate. And the crew behind me working on another set to glue them up. So it would be worst case scenario for them. They hope they can hang on with what they have.
That's great stuff from Jamie Little, showing us that they're re-gluing those tires up. I can tell you that if he has to put those on, they aren't going to feel any different than when he
nailed
takes
it.
off.
Worst case.
Worst case scenario. That's right.
That is definitely worst case scenario. What do you mean they all have tires and I don't?
But the crew chief, Brian Wilson, is going to tell him, we only got 18 laps on these tires. You're going to be just fine here.
Yeah, they'll equalize here pretty fast. But, hey, man, that's a gutsy call, doing some gambling. Those are the things you have to do when the competition is at the level that it is to set yourself aside from everybody else. That could definitely win him the race. Being aggressive with those calls and things like that, that's what it takes. But every now and then you get bit by it, and it just might be today.
But keep this in mind. We've only raced at Atlanta 3 times in the stage era. And in those 3 races, a total of 3 cautions in the final stage.
Yeah.
And that goes back to what we talked about earlier. Brian Wilson was managing that strategy and that history when he made the call early in the race to come down and get those tires. There you see Brian on the pit box. Right now, it's a moot point because they're second behind Briscoe, who's pulling away.
That's what I was going to say, is that right now, it doesn't matter if it's the right decision or not. You still got to somehow pass the 98 car.
50 laps to go. It's Chase Briscoe leading the Echo Park 250 from Atlanta.
You love your pet, but hate wearing their hair. Did you know that your clothes can actually attract pet hair? With new Bounce Pet Hair and Lint Guard, your clothes can repel pet hair. One Bounce Mega Sheet has 3 times the hair-fighting ingredients of the leading dryer sheet. Simply toss into the dryer to bounce out hair and lint. Look how the shirt on the left attracts pet hair like a magnet. Pet hair is no match for Bounce. It's available in fresh scent and unscented. Thanks to Bounce, you can love your pets and lint roll less.
She wanted the point of it all. Find someone you love so much just to lose them. I like to believe there's a plan to it all, but I don't see a plan. You see the plan. We're standing on it.
Introducing Awesome at Home from Dan O'Brien Auto Group. Log on to any Dan O'Brien Auto Group website today, where you can choose from thousands of new and pre-owned vehicles. Get a bona fide offer for your trade and work your entire deal online, including financing. Then we'll deliver your dream car to your home or office the very same day. You'll save time and money while keeping it awesome at home. Dan O'Brien Auto Group.
Keeping it awesome.
Awesome at home. Bona fide offer for your trade and work your entire deal online, including financing. Then we'll deliver your dream car to your home or office the very same day. You'll save time and money while keeping it awesome at home. Dan O'Brien Auto Group.
Keeping it awesome.
Awesome at home. And work your entire deal online, including financing. Then we'll deliver your dream car to your home or office the very same day. You'll save time and money while keeping it awesome at home. Dan O'Brien Auto Group.
Keeping it awesome.
Thank you for being awesome.
I am the one. The intersection of chaos, karma, love, legacy, family, and flag. Back with one thunderous return.
What a start to the season. Career win number 3 for Chase Briscoe. It comes at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Chase Briscoe trying to hold off Kyle Busch. Back to the start finish line at Darlington. It's Chase Briscoe who wins it. What a finish. He's been checking all the boxes, right? You win early, and then you beat Kyle. Today he's leading. with an extra $100,000 on the line. Quite a start for Chase Briscoe this year.
One of the coolest races I've seen right there at Darlington. I'll never forget that experience of being able to be up here with you and watch that go down. That was awesome. I mean, I was almost speechless. I'm glad you took over, because I don't know what I'm doing up here anyway. And man, we needed you bad right there. It was just an awesome race. Did a great job.
Well, the racing since we've come back from the break in the Xfinity Series has been incredible. Yep. When we talk about Darlington, we had the overtime finish last lap pass at Charlotte. Overtime again on Monday at Bristol. Right now, though, cruise control for Chase Briscoe, who has a near 2-second lead over Austin Cindric. Cindric has led the most laps today. 68 circuits out front for driver 22, and he's hoping it stays green because they have no scuffed tires left. And here's Ross Chastain in third, quietly getting it done in the top 5.
It's interesting to see him running as high as he was right there, Clint. He wasn't really on the bottom, and he wasn't like in a a high lane. He almost looked like he maybe got stuck on a seam right there, and you could hear no throttle, just really working the gas.
But you got to try something. You see that car in the mirror getting bigger. You're sliding around, having trouble on the bottom. Before he catches you, you afford the opportunity to go try something. But as soon as he catches you, you got to lock the thing back on the bottom, and then the guy behind you's going, well, he's blocking me. This is fun. Then you start that process all over again.
Hey, Jamie, the Dinger is back in the top 5. Went by Daniel Hemrick. 7th, Justin Haley, who's had not 1 but 2 pit road penalties today. So his comeback has been great. And so is that of Noah Gragson, who's right behind him. And this battle rages on. 16 is the Dinger, and the 8 is Daniel Hemrick, Jamie.
Hemrick doing a really nice job, but the team just had some communication, and they told him, yes, we do have some nose damage. It's not a hole, but it's a dent, and that could be affecting the handling. Handling going away just a little bit. It's hard to see from that angle, but he's dealing with some issues he didn't have before the last stop.
I saw that damage on the right front. I thought they actually hit at the flag stand right there as he was trying to get around or underneath A.J. Allmendinger there. You can definitely see the right front fender's got some damage.
These are teammates, these two right here, Haley and Allmendinger. Great day for Kaulig, though, after all that disappointment at Bristol on Monday. Chastain racing with Allgaier. That's for third as the 7 tries to make a late race rally.
And, Clint, if you look, the 10's on that same line again, so he maybe found a little something right there, running up just a little bit higher. He might have found some grip.
What I saw right there is Justin Allgaier. So here it is in 3 and 4. You've got to drive it in there enough to apply pressure on the guy. It's kind of like being on the highway. If you're in the old left lane, being a left lane legend.
You're that guy.
A left lane legend?
Yeah,
is that what you call it?
You come up on somebody that's probably not paying attention because you've got somebody bearing down on you and they won't move over. If you just stall out behind them too far, you got to put some pressure on them to get them over, right?
That's a great way to put it.
So
now I got to know
exactly what you saw right there. The 7 car drove it in, tried to put some pressure on him, and then him himself missed his line and pushed up. Now he's got to start all over again.
As a professional race car driver, got a spinner. And this is not the caution that the 22 team wanted to see. 39 to go. Right in the wheelhouse of come down and take your final set of tires if you've got them, right?
Definitely. It's so hard to just understand. I mean, that happened in a split second. He was leading the race. Caution comes out early, pits right there, and it's probably the thing that's going to cost him the most all day long.
78 is Vinnie Miller. It's our 6th caution of the day, coming off of turn 2. Vinnie, who had an unbelievable run going at Bristol on Monday, showing some speed, driving for B.J. McLeod. And now the Fox drone cam.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the drone was in between.
Did we about see a
camera that was
mid-air collision right there?
It might have been an optical illusion, I think is what that was.
I'm not in on the Artie, our producer. He's in a trailer somewhere. I'm not in on the drone shots anymore because he will not, or the director Artie is directing the drone, and more importantly, the drone driver, which I've asked for 3 weeks now to drive. So I'm not a big fan of the drone.
I'm going to give you a little bit of insight, Clint. They watched what happened to you at Charlotte and Darlington, and they didn't think that you were safe to drive the drone.
I'm upset about it.
We need to get you a roster of all of our personnel, Clint. Coming up next, live on Fox.
Roster.
The PBA returns with the first ever Strike Derby. Get ready as the best bowlers in the world battle the clock and rack up the strikes. All the action is live next on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Who do you like here? Do you like Jason, Kyle, or EJ? And before you guys answer, I say my money is on the man in the middle.
Well,
Kyle.
things that we've been talking about hair on this broadcast all day, I'm going for that guy, Kyle, too. He's the man.
3 for Kyle.
Yeah.
Kyle's the winner.
Well, maybe I should go with EJ because his hairline is
much
similar
closer to
mine,
yours.
right? Yeah.
Look at here, boys. They're all coming.
Pit road is open, and with what will be 38 laps to go, you got to make a stop here, and they are heading your way, Jamie.
Well, the good news is Austin Cindric says they're really good. He really doesn't need any adjustments. The bad news is those scuffed tires with 18 laps going on that 22 right now. Chastain in, the car's been decent, a 4-tire stop. The leader, Chase Briscoe, all the way down pit road in his box, a 4-tire stop here. He has been good as well. The 7, they've been adjusting on that car, getting it better, and he's been in the hunt here the last 2 stints, I'd say, Adam.
Thank you, Jamie, and a great job by you hustling all day long on pit road. We did get a report. There was an issue for Ross Chastain. Perhaps a tire got away. We'll confirm that and follow up. Briscoe wins the race off pit road, +2 for Allgaier. Dinger with another good stop. AJ is up 2 positions, +4 for Noah Gragson. And the hits keep on coming for Austin Cindric, putting on the older tires and blocked in a bit as he tries to get around Jesse Little. A restart with about 35 laps to go when we return to Atlanta on Fox.
Getting to know you, getting to know you.
Get to know the 2020 Supra, now with 0% APR financing for a limited time.
If you're over mac and cheese and PB&J's, have we got good news for you? Right now, get Pizza Hut's best delivery deal. Large pizzas with up to 3 toppings for just $9.99. Choose contactless delivery or new curbside pickup at pizzahut.com.
Motorcycle riders love the open road, and Geico loves helping riders get to where they're going. So to help even more, Geico is giving new and current customers a 15% credit on their motorcycle policies with the Geico Give Back. And because we're committed for the long haul, the credit lasts your full policy term. The Geico Give Back, helping riders focus on the road ahead.
Every day happens. Every day. Which is why there's a full line of Mother's Speed products that can help you get back that showroom clean and shine fast. When every day happens, Mother's happens back.
The United States Postal Service is here to deliver your mail and packages, and the peace of mind of knowing that essentials like prescriptions are on their way. Every day, all across America, we deliver for you, and we always will.
Calling all grassmasters, fescue fanatics, and stewards of St. Augustine to the springtime sprawlers and cultivators of the cul-de-sac. Run with us on a John Deere mower, because this is more than just grass. It's home. Search John Deere mowers for more.
That's the sound of refreshment. No question about it.
I got a question. Does camouflage actually work?
Let's see. Did not see that coming. Kind of the point.
To all the social distancers, suddenly homeschoolers, and living room exercisers, we've got you covered. Right now, get Pizza Hut's best delivery deal. Large pizzas with up to 3 toppings for just $9.99. Choose contactless delivery or new curbside pickup at pizzahut.com.
NASCAR Xfinity Series Racing is sponsored by Pizza Hut. Order today at pizzahut.com. Setting up for what could be the final restart. It'll come with 34 laps to go, and a breaking story while we were away. The top 3 cars on the pit lane caught speeding. The leader, Chase Briscoe, Austin Cindric, and Justin Allgaier all going to have to start from the rear with just over 30 to go.
The money stop. Chase, the backyard. Your wife's going to be so upset. $100,000 on the line. All 3 cars, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, count them. All of them going to the back. Too fast.
They already had the backhoe digging the dirt. All right, so that resets everything because Chase Briscoe was not only leading the race, he was leading for the Dash for Cash. He'll restart 25th. Gregson now the guy that is in the lead position there. He'll restart outside of race leader A.J. Allmendinger. Justin Haley is third, and then 2 more guys going for the money. Brandon Jones, Harrison Burton complete the top 5.
This is the one you don't want to see. 35 to go. All these guys, man, they can see it. They can smell that win right here. I don't think this is going to be our last caution.
And look, Gregson is super aggressive on restarts, but he's got to time this out just right, Clint, because if he gets those wheels spinning, he's going to lose. He'll come out in 3rd to 5th on this restart, but he's going to have to time this out just right, guys.
Kaulig Motorsports, man, right there together. Allmendinger, he can win this.
Say, Noah did a pretty good job right there. That was a good restart.
Such a cool restart, here at Atlanta. These tracks like this, look at Allgaier way up there, right up there next to the wall. Greg, you're right. Very, very aggressive. He's going to have to go though. Allmendinger's had a lot of experience. He knows how to manage these guys, the runs that they're going to have, making that car wide, utilizing that clean air.
These guys battling for second both have penalties today, 2 of them for Justin Haley. What a recovery it would be if he could win, and he might be the guy that can go up and challenge his teammate. That 11's been really good today. And as we watch the racing there, think about some of these drivers in the top 10. Jeremy Clements, Brett Moffitt, Anthony Alfredo, who was a lap down early. I mean, some really good stories there.
It's starting to see Harrison Burton. He really hasn't been a topic all day long. Now, new life. He's got that $100,000 starting to figure out what them taxes are going to be like. He's right there.
And Allmendinger loves seeing those guys run too wide because it let him get out just a little bit of breathing room. And we're going to see if Gregson's got anything for if he can run him down here in the next 2 laps. Gregson's car's been so loose all day long. I think that's good if we have a longer run here, but it just seems like he's had a hard time getting going.
It doesn't matter who it is. You put them out front, they drive off. It's been that way all day long.
They were fast on pit road. Whoa. And they're fast on the restart. Here comes Allgaier right behind him, 98 at Chase Briscoe. And he's right in between Riley Herbst and Michael Annett, 3 wide off the corner.
So frustrating, too, if you're Chase. You're trying to get clear right there, get by Riley. And as you're stuck 3 wide,
there's just no more
guy just drives off from you.
Hey, but you said it, Clint. You don't think we're done with cautions yet? And if that's the case, Chase Briscoe works his way back up to 7th or 8th. We get another caution.
Could
you never know, right?
Still be in the game. Seven back the corner up there.
And the 98
drove it in. Yeah. He was hard on the gas. And when he ran in there, he washed the nose up and got himself in trouble. But that's just aggression. You got to go for it. Frustration from having the mishap, getting caught speeding. There's nothing worse than doing that. You feel empty. You let everybody down. It's the one thing you just can't do, especially on a money stop.
See Harrison Burton back there, and you guys were talking about him. Top 10 in every race this year. He's only 2 behind Carl Edwards when you talk about the best start to a rookie season as far as consecutive top 10 finishes. But what I like about him since we've come back with no practice, no qualifying, is just how much better he gets within a race. And we're seeing it here as good as he's been running all day in the 4th position and looking for more.
He just shows patience. He shows so much... we say it. You said it, Jamie. When you sit there and you're learning from a guy like Jeff Burton, he was a teammate of mine for a long time. I can't tell you how many conversations I had with that man about how to manage a race, how to manage a run. Always good, always there when the money's on the line, just like his kid's doing right now.
Yeah, and it's one thing to listen and for your dad to say that. It's another thing to act upon it, and Harrison's done a great job of that. I tell you, he got by Justin Haley and then got a little loose in 3 and 4, and Haley packed a bunch of air on him and got him up off the bottom and underneath him again. He's at the fight now because Chastain now has filled the hole. And that bottom just has the most grip right now. It looks like Harrison's car is a little loose, and he's just not good off the bottom.
Which is not, that's exactly right. He's forced to be in a situation in a line that he doesn't want to be in. He needs to be on that bottom. Unfortunately, he slipped up a little bit, paid the price. Now he's probably going to have to get back in line and start that long
process over again. Hey, he's got a little run right there if he can get to the inside. I've seen Haley block a few of these guys. Oh,
pretty good block right there.
He tried.
I just love what we've seen from Colleague today. A.J. Allmendinger leading.
Great.
Talked about Haley, and here's Chastain. We were on board with him just a second ago. He's 5th right now. And there is the lead cat when it comes to Team Colleague. A.J. Allmendinger started 30th, drove it right to the top 10. Had a top 10 finish Monday at Bristol after a host of problems. I think he's showing what he's capable of. And Chris Rice, who's the president at Colleague, but has to put on the crew chief uniform when they add that 3rd car, doing a great job on the box.
I think attitude is always worth something, and there is nobody that has a better attitude than Chris Rice. The fun you have, right? That is worth something in a race car. You put AJ in this car, every time he's in this car, they're having fun and they're having success.
25 to go, Jamie. What's the latest from pit road?
Yeah, and A.J. Allmendinger been up on the wheel. Team's doing a great job, but his pit crew has been hitting their marks today. That's Bubba Wallace's Cup crew going over the wall for him today. They've been making up spots. You see how Lucy is there. So that brings me to the next point. The guy behind him, Noah Gragson. They're telling him, hit your marks, be patient. That 16 ahead of you is burning up his stuff. Just hang on and we'll get him.
Is that selling blue sky, or is that
a little
realistic?
bit? I think I've been watching their lap times. It's kind of going back and forth, and I think traffic is dictating some of that. But we're going to have a long enough run here that I mean, Gragson clearly can run him down, but running him down and passing him could be two different things.
It's so hard to hook onto that line, like we're talking. What do you call it?
Harvicking.
The Harvicking. It's very hard to Harvicking, and when you do that right, it goes really fast. When you don't, that 2 or 3 tenths we talked about earlier is exactly what you see on this lap tracker.
Looking at Austin Cindric, who's led the most laps today, 68 out front, but you see he hasn't made up much ground on the restart because he's on those scuff tires instead of stickers. Meanwhile, the 98 of Chase Briscoe has worked his way to 12th. And there's Justin Allgaier, the best of those drivers caught speeding when they made a pit stop at lap 126th. Allgaier in the 9th position and trying to track down Anthony Alfredo. I mentioned quickly on the restart, but a great recovery for a guy that's making his first Xfinity start at Atlanta. He drove down to Atlanta with his crew chief Andy Street, and they have really bonded, and this is awesome to see.
Don't forget, he's dealing with his throttle sticking out there. He might be driving a thing with a ignition switch, for crying out loud. I mean, he's doing a whale of a job.
Raced here in trucks a year ago. That was his first ever NASCAR start in the top 3 series. Good day for Jeremy Clements, who was trying for another top 10. Going to drop to 11th here as Chase Briscoe goes by. So if it stays green, no way these guys can get there. But if we get a caution, he's 10th now. What do you think?
Anything's possible. You get a caution inside in here, that's when cautions breed cautions. And from that point on, anything can happen.
Yeah, and if you get a caution at the end of this, they're not going to have tires to put on. So that restart, like getting going, you could have carnage. So you just never know until the end. But Justin Allgaier is in the best position of those guys that had to go to the back. And I've been watching him. He's working the top of 1 and 2, getting that big run, and then getting to the inside of guys for 3 and 4. His car looks good. His lap times actually look pretty good right now. At the front, it's still Allmendinger and Gragson kind of matching each other back and forth lap for lap.
Tell you who's wanting a caution is that #1 car. Still got it set in the pits, huh?
I'm telling you, that's going to work out great if they can get that, especially in the next 10 laps.
Quick.
Yeah, we need it to happen fairly fast for him.
It'd make you look really smart, Jamie, because you were singing the praises of Travis Mack when they stayed out a while ago.
Well, here's the thing: he's in 12th. That's where he ran the whole day. That's where he's been the whole day. So it didn't really cost them anything to stay out at that point. But if they get that, when we saw how fast those guys went to the back that didn't have tires, it could really play out for Michael Annett and Travis Mack.
What's the level of frustration here if you're Chase Briscoe?
I'm telling you, he can't stop thinking about it. He can't quit. He's thinking about the $100,000. He's thinking about the race win, that he was in the best position. But it's a team sport, right? I mean, that's why you don't get mad when your pit crew makes a mistake, because sometimes you make a mistake. And Clint said something that I thought was really interesting. All three of those guys got caught speeding on entry, and we're thinking that maybe Chase Briscoe kind of drew them all in, right? You're looking at the rear bumper. Hang on to it. You're looking at the rear bumper of the guy in front of you, and you know, kind of maxing your lights as much as you can, and all three of those guys got caught.
What kind of gets into a deal where when you get flat like that, Adam, and you're down on the flat, no banking anymore, it's hard to see that line. You kind of lose your perception as to where that line is, and then all of a sudden you start looking at your dash lights and getting focused on the things trying to run your speed. So you're kind of just feeling that car in front of you. Took your eye off the ball on that line, expecting that car in front of you to be on his game, and when he didn't, it busted all of them.
Hemrick 7th right now, Jamie.
Yeah, he actually had a very slow pit stop. The gun had broken on his tire changer. They got it going, but it was a very slow stop. He got shuffled back to 14th, made a nice recovery. But Adam, we also want to note that next weekend in Homestead, Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be behind the wheel of this car for the first of 2 races next weekend.
Yeah, he's going to run that race on Saturday, as you talk about, Jamie. And then Daniel Hemrick is back in on Sunday. You can watch the coverage on Fox and FS1. Got the Gander trucks at the Homestead Miami Speedway on Saturday night. And Sunday afternoon, the Cup cars take center stage. A very busy weekend for NASCAR down in South Florida.
That'll be fun to watch Dale Jr. next weekend. He's so good at running the wall, and he has that weird position that he puts his hands on the steering wheel where they're both kind of together like a Mark Martin type. That'll be fun to watch him next weekend. I know he's excited about that.
He's done such a great job of giving back to the sport through the Xfinity program, right? 2-time champion.
I want to talk about impressive. AJ showing up, getting in it. What did you call it? The dinger.
The dinger.
The dinger getting out here, and he's dinging the bell is what he's fixing to do. This is awesome to see that.
He won a race for Colleague, their second ever win in team history last fall on the Roval. They had also won last summer down at Daytona International Speedway. So he understands success with this race team. He does some sports car stuff. We've seen him on the TV side. I mean, AJ Allmendinger is a guy that's always been a great racer, and we've kind of known him as a road course guy. In fact, all of his Xfinity wins have come on the road course configuration. It would be a cool moment for him to see him win on an oval.
For him. If he's able to pull this off, like personally, to be able to win on an oval, and he's going to earn it, because that's who we watch him right here. He's sideways in most of the corners.
Said it right there. It always seems like, for whatever reason, road course ringers run well on these older tracks like this that are worn out.
You know, Clint, we're looking at that. That's just normal. Like, people watching on TV, they're hitting that line. That's just normal. You get the back hung out. That's just a normal lap at Atlanta.
And his old hot rod's making grip. Now, when I say that, it looks like, yes, how can you say that? It's slipping, sliding around. But it's doing that, staying turning. When those cars come out from underneath of you and you lose a big, moment, and these two are still fighting. They've been battling for 15 laps. But when it does that, there's a grip level there that you can get away with driving them that way, and a grip level that you can't.
Well, the other thing is, I mean, over 20 laps on these tires now, right? So we're getting to the point where the good is absolutely gone. And I'm sure with that, the onus is right back on the shoulder of the drivers to manage it and feel what your car needs.
So Allmendinger's running 2.5 seconds a lap slower than he did at the start of this run. 2.5 seconds. That's huge. It's the most fall off we see at about any track we go to.
Finally clear. If you're Daniel Hemrick right there, you're like, man, he was so close off of 4.
Just waiting on the spotter to say clear.
Please.
You got him.
Things have quieted down back behind AJ. Gregson still in second and in position to win the $100,000.
Running him down a little bit right there.
Yeah, I think he got caught behind a lap car, and 1 or 2 lap cars can cost you all that lead that you have.
Well,
right
the other
now.
thing I see is he's got his hands full. I mean, we were talking about that 16 car is definitely loose. I don't think this is a cakewalk by any stretch of the imagination.
I'm sure AJ would tell you it's not going to be a cakewalk, even though there's 10 to go and he's got a 1 second lead, because it wasn't long ago. It was over 1.5 seconds. I mean, it is really closed down, and all guys are trying to get another position.
Again, that's a clean air lap for both of those cars at a 65 for AJ and a 37 for Noah. So it's definitely running him down.
Yeah, 3/10 is a lot.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when you're looking in your mirror and you're AJ Allmendinger, that Noah Gregson's car is getting really big, really fast.
I can tell you this, though, on these worn-out tires, catching him is one thing, getting around him is the next. But this is exactly
that's killing
the
him, Clint. Look at
situation that you look for. You need him to catch those lappers at an untimely thing, but you've got to be ready for it. You've got to be able to pounce when he gets to those lappers, gets in that dirty area.
Inside of a second is Allmendinger, goes around the 99 of Mason Massey, 9 laps to go.
And that worked out perfect for Noah Gragson because now he's going to have clean air. Look, Massey went to the top. Noah made up 4/10 on that last lap. Noah's spotter is screaming right now to all of these cars around, get out of the way.
Yeah,
We're racing for the lead. See that?
That hurt him.
Yeah, you got to do a little negotiating, and that might be difficult with all the social distancing
really
on the spotter stand.
What do you do? Throw something at him?
Yeah, I got to believe the confidence just went back up a tick or two for AJ, because the advantage back to right around 1.3 and only 8 laps now, 7.5 to go at Atlanta.
A lot of lap traffic coming up, though. With 8 laps to go, you can see ahead there in the shot, there's a lot of lap traffic.
And I'm curious to see, how does Gragson manage this? He's already got a pair of victories. And all he needs to do here, I mean, he'd love to win and make it 3 on the year and back-to-back and all those things. But if you just hang on to where you're running, you get the cash.
What did he say he was going to buy
next week?
What did Noah say he was going to buy?
He didn't really commit. He said he's going to save a lot of it. And then he went right to, I'm not even sure how much of it I get to keep.
After last week, I don't know why we're back on this hair game, especially us talking about it. Looks like he needs to buy a haircut.
Hey, he was on NASCAR Race Hub, and I told him, my advice, I don't want to be your agent, but I'd figure out from Dale Jr. what the percentage of my cut is before the race and not after. 6 to go now.
One of the things you see right there is the tape on the grill. They have put some tape on that thing, that last run. Put a little tape on her, a little more downforce, make it a little sleeker. Engines, usually engine guys give you some temperature that maybe that last run, that'll certainly help. Pedal on that baby.
It's great these two are racing, but that could produce a caution, and that's not what Allmendinger wants to see with 5 to go.
Wow.
Oh, he's just hanging on that right rear. That's so frustrating. Absolutely. So frustrating. But, I mean, you can't expect anything different with 5 laps to go in the race. I mean, it is what it is.
Well, you know, with these two,
he's going to get to the inside of him right here.
they are not going to give it up, and they're not going to walk away. And that's what I love about them, and I think that's what makes the Xfinity Series so great.
Justin actually missed the bottom there just a little bit.
Hey, look at this. I mean, it's down to under
race,
3/4 of a second.
That was a big lap right there. Again, I said that lap traffic, that's going to be the only way that he can get to him is lap traffic. Catch him probably down there in 3 and 4 where everybody wants to be on the bottom. That's where he's in trouble.
Yeah, the first one they're going to see.
Now maybe these guys get too wide with the lead coming. That's not going to be what he wants to see at all.
Yeah, it's the 93 of Mike Snyder that he's going to go by. Right in front of him, the 0 of Jeffrey Earnhardt. They want to give a nod to Xfinity because not only are they doing the Dash for Cash for the drivers, they're giving back to the local markets and connecting families, veterans, and seniors to the digital tools they need, and making those local contributions is huge. And here in the Atlanta area, they're giving the money to Connecting Henry. So we thank them for their support and all they're doing for not just the drivers and teams, but the local communities. 2 laps to go here. AJ in front by more than a second.
Gonna need a caution.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good, Clint.
Yeah.
If we don't have a caution, I think Allmendinger's in good position.
How about
right now.
that? The dinger. What a great job. Show up and whoop them.
I'm with you, Clint. I think the best part of this is that AJ's having fun with this team. And you said it, Chris Rice, such a fun guy to be around, always so positive, and that's such a big deal.
Mistakes. We've seen it, you know, with practicing, pit stops, pit road, mistakes. are always, you have to minimize those if you're going to have success and win these races. And today was certainly a big.
There it is, white flag waving. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Just bring it home, baby. Nothing in your windshield. He's gone in the back. Do not push it.
1 start this year. Came at Bristol on Monday night. Battled through adversity and finished 10th. He came to play today. It's his 4th career victory, but his first on an oval. A.J. Allmendinger driving for Colleague wins it at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
This will be a fun interview. Listen to him. That's awesome.
You guys are awesome. Freddie, thank you. Matt Colleague, if you're listening, baby. I love you. Chris. All the men and women at Colleague. Yes!
That's cool.
I'd like to see him full time. Wouldn't he be a nice addition to the series?
Absolutely. He's always a good addition in any series, whether it was Cup when we were racing with him, but Chris Wright. I honestly, as good as Allmendinger is at an interview, I want an interview with Chris Wright.
Yeah, absolutely.
Noah Gragson finishes 2nd. The best in the Dash for Cash. He gets $100,000 courtesy of Xfinity. And there you saw the congratulatory tap from teammate Justin Haley, who finishes 3rd in the 11 today. It'll be Allmendinger, Gragson, Haley, and Hemrick who are eligible for the Dash for Cash next Sunday at the Homestead Miami Speedway. We don't have confirmation on the schedule for the 16. Next scheduled for him is Talladega. We'll have to wait and see what their plans are to determine the 4 drivers going for the cash.
Huge day for Colleague. Man, what a day. All 3 cars, top 7, win the race. Then you look over your shoulder and Austin Cindric. When we started this race thinking, man, this is 22's car race to lose.
Someone said it was going to be okay. I'm not sure, but I swear someone said it was going to be okay.
That would have been me.
Just thinking it might have been you.
Yeah.
I think back to Colleague racing, though, at Daytona when they were 1st, 2nd, 3rd last year. And that's a big deal, but Daytona's unique. To do that here, that's such a big deal to have the day that they had. That's so cool for Matt Colleague. Somewhat new to our sport, a new owner, a young owner. That's what we need. It's great.
Big statement.
Yeah, he played college football, and what was great there, has turned his eye to business. Found NASCAR, has embraced it, and has grown this race team. And if ever you could see a smile under a mask, it's when you look at Chris Rice.
Yeah.
Looks like he's already had a beer shower already.
This will be fun to watch. AJ's going to be so excited.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God, I won on an oval. You like that? Woo! Love you, baby. Love you, Mom and Dad. Matt Colleague, I really love you. Yes! Yeah.
Take it over, Jamie Little.
Oh, A.J. Allmendinger, we've seen him for many years as a full-time Cup driver. Now he's back, just a part-timer. A.J., your first time racing in this series at Atlanta, and you win on an oval. How did you do it this time?
Colleague racing. Matt Colleague, I love you, man. Chris Rice, these cars were awesome. I was just trying to figure out, it's Atlanta, so you're trying to figure out how much tire to use early. The car was awesome on long runs. Car was better than the driver early too, especially, but once I got in the lead, just trying to hit my marks, which is hard to do, but can't thank everybody at Colleague Racing. Leaf filter gutter protection, just everybody that's associated with this team. Colleague companies, we got C2 Freight resources on the car. Funny story, because we didn't make the race, and Ross didn't make the race. We traded it out at Daytona, so to have them on the car, oh my goodness gracious. I'm sure I'm missing more. Everybody, Xfinity for putting this great series on, NASCAR for allowing us to go out there and do this. So yeah, Ellsworth Advisors, they were on the car last week. I thought we had a chance to win Bristol, so Ellsworth Advisors, everybody.
And I know you said hello to your family. Congratulations. A.J. Allmendinger comes from the back to win it on an oval, finally. Adam.
Thank you, ECR, Chevrolet, everybody. Give me the opportunity. Colleague Racing. Matt Colleague, you're the man. Let's party.
I have a feeling they will. We talk so much about the young drivers in the Xfinity Series. Today, it's a 38-year-old that finds his way to victory lane. A.J. Allmendinger does it at Atlanta.
Ever since Daryl's family started using Gain Flings, their laundry smells more amazing than ever.
Honey, isn't that the dog's towel?
Hey, me towel, Sue towel. There's more Gain scent plus OxyBoost and Febreze odor remover in every fling. Gain, seriously good scent.
NASCAR is live on FS1.